Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm going to be debunking paranormal videos in Slapped Ham's video, scary videos you can't handle. So we're going to go straight to the first clip because I already saw a portion of this video and the audio for the primary wasn't working, and now I need to show it to you again and explain what I already figured out.
Kukui.tv.
So basically, she's pouring a bottle, and then she goes to pour the second bottle, and the first thing I want you to note is that there's nothing pouring from this bottle. There's like a little dreg right here. There's nothing in this bottle, just the little bit left over, which is like indicative of the fact that they don't want to waste a whole bottle of what looks like Grey Goose. Okay, then as the bottle gets yanked, I want you to notice that the bottle gets yanked from the base of the bottle, which is the most likely place that you would install a piece of tape and a string, and the bottle gets yanked out of her hand, and it doesn't spin or rotate along like what happened if you ended up squeezing the bottle would rotate. You know, it would whee before it hit the ground, but instead it goes in a straight line all the way down to here, where then it just goes top heavy down, and that's how the bottle leaves her hand. So she didn't squeeze the bottle and have the bottle fire from her hand. There was nothing in the bottle which allowed them to not waste a whole bottle of vodka when they're trying to show the audience, the people that they want to see this video, that the bar is haunted, right? There's nothing in the bottle, no waste. Somebody off the camera in that direction is pulling a string to pull the bottle out of her hand. That's the answer. Next clip. In here, this clip, they're talking about how the house is abandoned, and I briefly scanned through some of it, and I wanted to point out that nothing in here is dirty enough to corroborate the fact that the house is abandoned. All the glass is clean, all the mirrors are clean, all the surfaces are clean, and just because there's a little bit of general detritus along the floor doesn't mean anything. There's bits of stuff all over my floors. That doesn't mean I don't live here.
To find out if you passed away.
I don't know what else is actually, I don't know what the content of this video actually is, but the fact that they opened it by lying about the fact that the place is abandoned was...
does begin quite slowly. However, it soon heats up when the team suddenly hears a banging sound.
Hello? Okay.
Close your mouth.
Okay.
That irritates me. Sorry, never mind. It's just an autistic thing. Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
They hear another unusual sound and capture something rather eerie on camera.
You can hear the wind. There's a window open up there.
There was someone just there, Joe.
No, there wasn't anybody there.
The team quickly run.
The curtain being pulled in doesn't mean anything. That just means that there's a vacuum being pulled in that room by wind blowing horizontally. Oh God, like if you look at this, okay? When you have a bottle and you have some liquid in the bottle and you go across the top of the bottle, the reason why it makes that sound is because the air is traveling in and out and then collapsing on itself at the top of the bottle. When there's air, water in here, as you blow across the top of it, like there's a thing you feel where it almost like squeezes the bottle in, and the reason why it's squeezing the bottle in is because as you're blowing air across the top, it's pulling the air out of the bottle. It's not adding air into the bottle, it's pulling the air out of the bottle by creating a pressure system over top of the bottle. Okay, so the reason why the curtain is sucked in is because there's wind blowing past an open window, and that is drawing the air out of the room. And then the curtain will suck into the room because there's now a pressure vacuum in that area. And maybe there's not a window open, maybe there's a hole in the roof, or maybe they have a chimney. A chimney, air blowing across the top of the chimney is enough. During a storm, go into your bathroom where there's a lot of wind. Okay, there's a lot of wind. If you live in a house, specifically a house, it doesn't happen as much in apartment buildings, but it happens a lot in houses. When there's a lot of wind blowing across your vent stack, you'll see that the toilet water in your toilet oscillates. You'll see that it's moving up and down, and that's because the vent stack is connected to your drain pipe, because as the water leaves, it needs the air, it needs to be able to displace the air, or else the water won't go anywhere, right? So as the water is leaving your toilet, it needs to suck air in through the vent stack to allow the water to flow freely. But when air is rushing across the vent stack on your roof or outside your window in some cases, as that vent stack has air rushing over the top of it, it's pulling a vacuum in the vent stack, which sometimes siphons the water out of your P-trap. Which is one of the reasons why after a while in abandoned places, the whole place will smell like shit. And that's because air currents have pulled the P-traps, pulled all the water out of the P-traps, and now sewer gas is able to pass through and come out your drain. So if you have a floor drain in your basement or something and you smell feces, pour some water down your floor drain. Hi, I'm Nick. I used to be a plumber, amongst many other things.
Runs upstairs,
Sorry for that
but it
rant,
becomes
but
apparent that there's no one up there.
None of these windows are open. How the hell is
once
that?
you understand one of these things, everything else in that category becomes obvious.
Like someone was just pushing up against it.
Listen to the whistle.
Open. How the hell is that? Look.
You hear that? That's a bird. Okay, so if you're hearing the bird, that means that there's some way that the air, that there is somewhere around them that has airflow that's passing through. Sound is dampened by glass, brick, mortar, and all these other things that are used to build houses. They're in the UK. Their houses are probably made out of stone, not like here, just you drywall and shit. So air is passing in, which means there's a crack somewhere up here that's pulling the vacuum.
That was like someone was just pushing up against it.
I was like,
that's so cool.
They then return back down to the kitchen.
It's a fundamental lack of understanding about air currents.
doors open.
Irritating. The door's open for the exact same reason why that curtain was being pulled. There's a vacuum inside the house. As you're pulling the air, doors will open, doors will close. Every time you open the front door, doesn't another door in your house close? Think about it.
Yeah.
Be reasonable. Oh no, we heard wind chimes.
That was a bell.
It's not a bell, it's wind chimes, you jackass. Everything that they're...
Yet another loud thumping noise. Then one of the investigators asks any present spirits to set off the REM.
These guys will jump at their own shadow, I bet. I'm sorry I'm being so aggressive about this. It's just... When there's like this is one of the reasons why I stopped watching Slap Hands videos, because it's such low, obvious, common sense issues that they're coming up with.
Surely enough, the device begins to beep.
Okay, so let me talk to you about REM pods. REM pods are theremins. Do you know what a theremin is? Okay, I'll give you a moment. Pause this video, go Google what's a theremin. Welcome back. So, what's going on is that that specific range, you hear what it was going wee 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 wee. See, like a wave? And that wave means that they have some sort of object on their bodies that's producing an electromagnetic frequency in a searching pattern. Okay, that's why it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So an EMF detector, okay, an EMF detector detects electromagnetic waves. What a REM pod does is it produces an electromagnetic wave, and then other electromagnetic waves, like your hands or like, you know, key fobs, cell phones and stuff like that, with a powerful enough signal, interrupts that electromagnetic wave that the REM pod is generating, and that's what causes it to go off. The proximity you are to the REM pod is what changes how the frequency of the REM pod shows. So the fact that that REM pod is going off in a wave pattern means that they have something on them that's generating an electromagnetic field that's in a searching pattern to detect. So like a Bluetooth signature that goes beep, 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 to try to find another Bluetooth item that it's looking for could trigger a REM pod like that. Could also trigger an EMF detector like that, depending on the frequency scale that the REM pod is the EMF detector is currently looking for. So in this case, they most likely have some sort of key fob for a vehicle that they have outside that's creating an electromagnetic wave as it's signaling to the car that it's in proximity so that it can unlock the doors automatically or something like that. So beep, beep, beep. You see what I'm saying? They're waves. This REM pod is interacting in a wave pattern. Here, let's listen to it again.
Undeterred.
See what I mean? So there's an electrical signal that's currently being broadcasted towards the REM pod, and that's what's causing it to go off. If something was actually interacting with it, it wouldn't be going like this on a super frequent basis. It'd be going doo. You know what I mean? It would be a standard, solid, steady pattern.
The explorers continue
Logic.
their investigation.
Got goosebumps again.
As they enter one of the rooms,
Everything
they
is magic to the
receive one
uneducated.
final scare.
Sorry, that was rude.
Holy was that?
You kicked the door frame or something.
Later, when they return to the room, they notice that the chest has the word bells written on it.
For whom do the bells toll? So what?
Oh my god. We both noticed that at the same time as well.
Shocked,
So?
the pair theorized that the bell sound they heard earlier could be a message from the house's previous owner. Combined with the kitchen door mysteriously opening and the discovery of a bell above the outside door,
Oh, there's the bell that was being interacted with by the wind.
they suspect it might be a warning, urging them to leave the property.
And anything like bell, it's like get out. The bell's outside.
Yeah.
Don't want you in here. Get out.
Whether these signs were a warning or a message from the past, the evidence gathered leaves the team and viewers questioning the house's haunted history and the supernatural forces at play.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Look, okay. I'm gonna try to be brief with this, okay? This stuff annoys me. You find something that's so friggin' dumb to react about. Like, I know that some people like CCTV, they lost my entire faith. I really enjoyed their videos before the hunting lodge video where whatever his name was got yanked across the thing. Everything they were doing, I was like, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's really entertaining. It's really interesting. But if you're producing a ghost video and you're reacting so exuberantly to the dumbest, most basic things that if you just gave it 2 seconds of thought, then you wouldn't be so, like, surprised by it. Look at this. You see these two pens? If I place this pen on top of this pen, it'll stay there. It will stay there, and then it will eventually fall. You see? They're stacked on top of each other. But after a specific amount of time with a little bit of oscillation, like let's say I'm stepping on the floor around it and it's sitting on a surface that's malleable towards the floor, like if it's a carpeted floor or something, I add pressure to one part of the floor, the other part of the floor will rise. That's physics, okay? That's basic, right? So eventually it'll cause enough so that this would fall down. And just the sound of the pen falling is a lot of times the things that these people are reacting to. So you're telling me that you have gone through the entire house and you've eliminated the possibility that it was anything that was resting not perfectly or precariously enough on something, that the decay of the abandoned house hasn't left it in a position where it's going to eventually fall? And then you react to a bell chiming outside when the bell is very clearly chiming outside because of the wind. You react to the curtain on the stairwell that's open to an attic that definitely has air leaks in it. Like, these things are so basic, so simple to solve, that whenever I see a video where somebody is using this as paranormal evidence, it infuriates me. It's almost insulting. So, sorry. That's why I'm upset, but I hear that you guys like it when people are upset. I mean, not you guys, but like viewers on YouTube, they tend to like explosive reactions, which is why they're watching those dumbasses video.
Josh, it was an American sitcom that ran for 4 seasons.
I don't mean to be so rude or anything, but like, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've only started recording myself doing this for such a short amount of time, so like, I'm really just trying to bring you guys into my world and hope that you'll find it entertaining enough to continue watching.
Uploaded to TikTok by elkakui.tv.
But sometimes, even back then, when I was doing this just on my own, just sitting there being like, this is what it is, sometimes those would piss me off like that too.
If you slow the footage down, you can see that there's a creepy, ghost-like face under the bed.
What the are you serious? That's your ghost-like face? No. I don't care. I don't care. Pareidolia. Come on, man. Give me something interesting. The first clip was the only interesting one, but it could still be explained very simply.
Sample 4678, a family
Watch
member
me
in
lose my
Mexico captured
mind.
a chilling nocturnal scene that evokes the haunting legend of La Llorona. Have a listen.
This is for stress.
The video briefly illuminates a white figure under a streetlight before plunging into
Where?
darkness, leaving only the unsettling sounds of a woman's wailing and the aggressive barking of several
Where
dogs.
is this figure? Those barking dogs sound clips that were added in on top of the video. The woman crying is just a woman crying. You've recorded nothing. Seriously, like, what is this? We're looking at a black screen. There's nothing here. And then he goes off to explain who La Llorona is, as if you guys watching his video aren't already aware of that. We're gonna skip past that, buddy. Everybody knows who La Llorona is at this point. Stop explaining it in every friggin' video, Slap Tam.
Taken by a boyfriend during a solitary hike along the Thames River path in UK back in 2013, the image was initially perceived as a simple snapshot of a trail leading to a clearing. However, upon closer inspection, the couple now believes the photo captured something far more mysterious. What was once thought to be light filtering through the trees at the end of the path appears instead to be a glowing white shape near a fence. This shape, changing slightly between two photographs, has sparked curiosity and a slight unease in the couple as they reconsider what they had always assumed was merely light at the end of a tree tunnel.
Hold the fort for a moment and I'll show you what you're capturing. Never mind. I'll just explain it to you. My fiance's winter jacket's in my truck. It's a white puffy winter jacket. It goes all the way down to her ankles. You see the grass? Oh. You see the grass over here? See how it's like white tinted? It's winterish. You know, it's like late November. That's somebody wearing a white coat. They exist. Get over it.
However, after examining the photo, several Redditors agreed with the poster's initial assumption, suggesting that the figure was merely a gap in the trees.
It could be that it's much easier to describe it as that, but if it's not a clearing in the trees, then it's just somebody wearing a white jacket.
It's a town that they're familiar with, and explained that the trees in that area don't open in
Look, this is winter too.
The path reaches the road. Adding to the intrigue, they mentioned that the photo was captured near an abandoned 17th century manor house. The viewers shared their own unsettling experience of viewers.
If it's not a clearing to the trees, which I don't think it is, because there's a level of the ground that this is a little bridge. It's a little walking bridge over a small babbling brook or creek or something like that. This is very clearly just somebody who's standing on the bridge, who's ahead of them in the path, who's wearing a white jacket. They thought to snap a picture because it looked like it could be a ghost, you know? There's nothing paranormal here.
This next mind-bending clip before from Ghostly Toxa.
Yeah, okay.
A very fascinating theory has been proposed. Watch the clip first, and then we'll delve into it a little deeper.
Okay, you see? I was looking at this a long time ago. I never recorded a video on it, but you see how his arm is very clearly still hooked around it? And then as he stands up, his arm does seem to pass through it. So I'm very curious about what they have to say because I had no answer for this.
As the chair turns around, it appears as though the boy's arm moves straight through the armrest. While some viewers thought this glitch in the Matrix could be explained by arm position and timing, several others suggested a little-known phenomenon from the realm of quantum mechanics, known as quantum tunneling.
Okay, look, no. There was an idea that I had a little while ago where I would possibly wear like a heart rate monitor on my body so that you could see. I got a heart rate monitor right here. My standing heart rate is 78 BPM. But I think that the more important thing would be for me to wear a blood pressure monitor and have that live streamed on the video. I think that'd be a lot more interesting. I'm going to skip past this. I don't know. It does appear that his arm goes through the bar. It just looks like it does. The fact that his arm is not under the bar when he gets off the swing leads me to believe that his arm was in fact not through the bar. It's a very curious video I have no answer for.
Tunneling in action.
But we are not witnessing quantum tunneling, you fucking monkey.
Coming up in our last segment, we take a look at some freaky home security footage. But before we do, remember to smash that thumbs up button, leave us some comments down below, hit that subscribe button. The more you interact with our content, the more often you'll see us in your feed.
I'm sure some of y'all will agree with me on this.
Skateboard Chris is a TikToker who usually posts
Oh, it's not that clip, okay.
to the social media platform. However, there's one video
Oh, it is that
stands
clip.
out from the others. Take a look. Watching that again, the footage, which has been captured by his security camera, shows some sort of unseen force pulling his shirt up as he sleeps.
I am never watching another slapped ham video on this channel again. I will never record myself watching another slapped ham video ever again. Just so you guys know, I already made a video on this, just short. You see that black thing right there? It's a binder clip. You know what a binder clip is? I don't think I have one near me, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably know. It's that little piece of metal that's got two like silver metal bits, and then you like squeeze it and it opens up, and then you stick it over a stack of paper. It's shaped like that. That's a binder clip with a piece of string attached over it, and it's just somebody's pulling a string.
One viewer suggested he needs to put sage and salt.
That's it. I'm done. Okay, sorry. No more slapped ham. He picks the dumbest videos. And then he's got such a huge viewer base. Let's see how many. 3.44 million subscribers. 300k views in 11 days. Like, look at that. And then the people in the comment section is always like, oh, hey, look at that. Quantum tunneling only works for quantum particles, not for large solid objects moving through another solid object. You know what else is interesting about quantum tunneling? It's a theory that hasn't been done. It's a theory. It's like a mathematical, this could probably be a thing we can do, but nobody's done it. I don't know if you're reading any of these comments along with me, but I might cut this part out. It's just, I love doing the opening with Callan. I can handle this. Sit down in the comments down below. Merry Christmas, Callan, and everybody watching. Oh yeah, Christmas is in 3 days. You guys are going to be seeing this video in March. And I record videos ahead of time specifically because if anything happens, I want to meet my upload schedule. This gives me time to replace this video with something else. This was ridiculous. I hate slapped hand videos. I shouldn't say I hate them. They were one of the channels I watched a lot, but like, all right, I'm sorry. That's all I've got. I'm going to try to record another video. I'm probably not going to upload this one. And if you guys see it, it's because I didn't find anything more interesting to replace it with, or I just didn't care. This is what I do. I want to debunk ghost videos and paranormal videos and any like cryptid sightings and UAPs and everything. Like that's, I love doing this, but I hate the people I have to watch to do it. If there was an easier place to gather all these clips so that I can go through them one at a time and tell you how it's like what's happening in them or like debunk them with you, I would go there instead. But YouTube is the easiest place to find compilations of these videos, and then I get to just go through them. It's so much easier to find them that way than like scrolling through Reddit for hours and hours and hours so that I can record a 20-minute video when I could just record a 20-minute video of Slapped Hands video and then debunk everything in his video. I know that sounds like I'm being lazy, but it took me like, I'm 33, maybe. I might be 32. I might be 33. I don't know anymore. But I started watching these videos in 2000, like I think 2009. I started being like really into watching scary videos, like paranormal ghost videos and stuff like that. And I have watched these paranormal videos more than anything else. It might look like low-hanging fruit, but I need you to understand it took me 30 whatever years to get to the point when I can make a video for 20 minutes talking about something. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please. I'll do this regardless of whether you subscribe. This is just what I'm going to be doing. I enjoy it. I mean, I might have been angry, but for the same reason why I like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, might make me angry, but I enjoy being angry sometimes. Okay, love you, bye.